Hi everybody, welcome to the Mirror World SDK JavaScript speedrun. This has been a highly requested tutorial series. I'm very excited about it. And in this series, we're going to be showcasing all the features within the SDK. And we're going to get started today with user authentication. If you haven't already, please remember to click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. Ask questions. Tell us about what your experience is. The source code for this entire tutorial is going to be linked in the description of the videos. So in case you get lost, you can go and look at the source code, or you can join our developer Discord, which will also be linked in the description. And yeah, we'll be sure to support you. All right, let's dig in. Let's get started. So why is user authentication important? User authentication is important to users because, especially in Web3, because typically the experience is terrible. And I could show you guys what it looks like. Right now, if I want to visit any dApp and I want to do anything useful, I have to install a bunch of extensions so that I could be able to, to log in. And if you're on a mobile device, then your user has to, switch out, go into the app, authenticate, sign a message, then go back into the app. It's just a whole mess. But with the mobile SDK, it makes it a lot simpler. So, all right, let's take a look at the JavaScript SDK documentation so we can see what is involved in here. So first of all, I'm going to go take a look at the installation. So first we're going to get started by installing the Web3 SDK, the JavaScript SDK. So I'm just going to go, okay. So first of all, we're going to get started by installing the JavaScript SDK into the browser, into our environment. So I'm just going to open our editor in here. So here I've created an empty Next.js project. There isn't very much in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and run yarn add MirrorWorld JS SDK. So yarn add MirrorWorld, oh, there it is. Yarn add MirrorWorld web3.js. That is the JavaScript SDK. And that will go ahead and install the dependency, and then we will run yarn dev. Oh, it looks like it's already running. I already started my my dev server. And all right, cool. Let's head on over to the browser. If we refresh, there we go. Now we have a working Next.js project. Okay, cool. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out all this stuff in here that we do not need, because we genuinely do not need it, and we will create a new SDK instance. And here we can see that because we need to pull in our cluster environment and the Mirror World SDK, create an instance. So I'm just going to copy this and I will paste it in here. Now, oh, all right, this doesn't belong in here. That belongs up here. Okay, I'll now paste it in there. One thing we also have in here is our API key that we haven't yet put in. So to do that, we have to get that from our developer dashboard. And I will head on over to our dashboard at app.mirrorworld.fun. You can find links to it in the documentation. I'm just going to go ahead in here and I will click the login. Right, and lovely. So here I've created the JavaScript speedrun project already, and there's my API key. So I'll copy that and head back into our editor and I'll replace it in here. All right. So the next thing we want to do is define a function that allows the user to actually log in. So to do that, we will write async function login, and we will say result will be equal to await MirrorWorld.login. I mean, look at this beautiful API description. You can even see if the user is logged in. We have a few accesses and getters. It's really good. Anyway, so .login. So this will return the user object. If the login process is complete and it is successful. And if it is not, it will throw an error. So in your application, it's better to handle errors correctly. So you can go ahead and do that. All right, lovely. And the next thing we want to do is to write a button, to define a button that our user can actually click to invoke the login method. So for this, we'll say button, and here we'll say login with a smiley face, and we will say on click here, we want our user to actually log in. And all right, so we can know it was successful. I'm just going to add a log statement in here, console.log result, and we'll put the result in there. Lovely. Right, let's head on over to the browser and actually log the user in. So I'm going to clear the console and run login. Cool. I will now log in with Google. Oh, by the way, you can log in with email or any social authentication that you want. I just use Google because it's very easy for me. And voila. All right, we have a result. Perfect. So the refresh token can be used to auto-log your user in the next time they log into your dApp, so you can store it on the client side. And here is the user's object. So perfect. Now we would like to display the user object. We can see we have some interesting variables like their ETH address, their wallet address like ETH and Sol address. So now what we'd like to do is to modify our code to actually display the user something so that they can know that they're actually logged in. So in this case, we will define a variable called user, and then a set user function as well will be equal to use state, and we can give it some types as well. The Mirror World SDK exports a few types, one of which is the user interface here. And what we will do here is if there is a result.user, then we can then set the user to result.user. Perfect. And in the future, you can also use the refresh token to store it. We will cover that in another video. All right. The last thing we would like to do is to display the user some information so that they can know that they're logged in. So here I'm going to define a conditional variable. So I'll say if there is a user, we'll then add a define a pre-tag. If not, then just don't display anything. If you're a React expert and you think we can improve this, please do so. Then we can go ahead and say JSON. We want to JSON.stringify the user object, and we will then prettify it so that it's nice. It's nice to look at. All right, so let's go ahead to our editor. We'll refresh the page, and let's click the login button. And now let's hit the login. Oh, all right, that was very quick. All right, yeah. Also, if the user is already logged in, it will just automatically showcase the user information. It works very nicely, and now you can see the user's wallet address. You can display it to them. You can display them their email. You can display their Ethereum address. So all this is possible with the Mirror World SDK. And that's it for today's video. Today's video has the links to the source code in the description below. So in case of anything, please feel free to reach out to our developer Discord or Telegram, and don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.